All right. Where's that basketball? There's that basketball. You got any plans for the weekend? And like you said, you don't work.
Yeah, no work. I am going to, at some point today, dig a hole for the fig tree.
Oh, did you guys get the fig?
Yep.
Gotcha. You know, there's a lot of interesting stream categories out there. I mean, they even have like deck building.
Oh yeah, there's that what is he? Is he Tongan, Samoan, Maori? That like New Zealand guy?
Yeah, the Prime Minister ended up coming and visiting.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I haven't like watched any of his streams, but he's still such a like chill and like super humble guy.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
These walk of shames.
Oh yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah,
there's two speeds.
It's VR as well, yeah.
Yeah, they do VR as well. You should get it. We play with Cade and a couple other people. It would be spooky.
I think VR. I think it would be pretty easy for me to just kind of like keep tossing the ball, like dropping the ball into the hoop rather than having to toss it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I get you. But yeah, no,
yes.
the guy's pretty chill. But yeah, there's all kinds of random stuff. You'll find stream of people painting garden gnomes. A lot of music channels. A lot of people like DJing or something of that nature.
Yeah.
I mean, usually, if I recall correctly, I saw someone last Olympics streaming the Olympics, although I think technically they weren't allowed to do that. I think the Olympics keeps a pretty tight leash on all that. Although I remember one UFC fight. It was a guy pretending. Guy controller pretending to play one of the UFC games when it was actually the actual UFC match.
Yeah, and he got away with it until the end, right? Something like that.
I think it was after the fact.
Yeah.
They reprimanded him. Whatever that was. But there's this girl. I don't remember the name of the streamer. She just a little while ago, she uncovered a kin mill on stream, and the kin mill sued Twitch, and so Twitch, as part of the legal process, had to like ban her.
Reprimand her.
Yeah, like either banned her. Yeah, I think she was banned. I don't know if it was permanent. It's an ongoing thing, I think. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff people stream. I mean, obviously, I'm sure video games make up a lion's share of it.
1 second.
Yeah, no problem. But no, I think the fact of the matter is, well, you know, there's nothing I can say on it. I don't know the legalese or stuff. In a perfect world, kitty mills and puppy mills, for that matter, wouldn't exist. And it's so hard sometimes because, you know, there's like, there's, you know, a lot of, I mean, I'd love a dog. You know, there's a couple dogs I'd be curious in getting. But, you know, a lot of times, you know, for the dog I want, because they're like purebred. I mean, I don't care if they're purebred or not. I mean, want them to feature a certain way. To be fair, I wouldn't mind a mutt either, you know. But, you know, like an English pit bull or something, you know, I'm going to be putting down, I mean, over $1,000. I mean, I don't know that for like a fact.
For a
I'm just
fact,
spitballing
right.
a number here. But because of the opportunity to breed them out afterwards, you know?
Right. Yeah, no, like, just purebreds definitely have a high cost to them.
Right. Um, you know, or like a corgi. Well, I mean, I think corgis look cool. I don't know if I would have one myself, as far as I can hear they're temperamental and I don't know.
Right.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say is they're more expensive than they should be, just because you know they're moneymakers too at the same time. You know,
Yeah.
to anyone listening, by all means, you know, just go to your pound. You know, adopt. You don't need some kind of designer dog. I know I don't need one. Can't even get one at this apartment.
Oh,
Although I don't know if I'd have a dog. You know, with work, you know, 9 to 5, and you know, if I couldn't bring it into work every day, I'd hate to just leave it here all day. You know, poor dog.
yeah.
Cat, on the other
Yeah.
hand, cat can deal with themselves. They kind of entertain
Right.
themselves, like whatever. But I don't particularly want a cat for that matter, unless it's a
Yeah.
cat with attitude, but not like bad attitude.
A little sassy,
Yeah,
but
some
will
kind of
still
sassy cat.
love on you.
Yeah, you know, you get the idea.
Yeah.
But you know, that's kind of the issue. I mean, that's kind of the same reason why houses are so expensive, is because a lot of times they're purchased for speculative reasons. You know, for renting out, for people who think it's a good business venture, that the value of the area is going to increase in the future. I mean, I think Vancouver, BC, up there in Canada, they had to they made a rule like banning people from like owning houses unless they owned them for a certain amount of time, because a lot of Chinese investors were buying up houses as a place to put money and also for investment purposes. And you know, there wasn't people in these houses for like most of the year if they weren't being rented out. So like, yeah, there's some kind of law where the homes have to be lived in a certain amount of time each year, otherwise it's forfeit. Hey, I'm a quarter of the way there already. To be fair, I started at like 135.
One. Yeah, something like that.
So you know, I mean, and you know that's why houses are expensive. I mean, well, I mean, there's a lot to it, but I mean, part of it is people are using it as cash flow by just buying them for renting out purposes.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
it's a thing.
it's a thing.
I mean,
Everything's a thing. There's enough people that like all sorts of tricks are being used and tested.
oh yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, if there's any money to be made by it, you know, people will do what they can, right? Try to figure it
Right.
out.
Everybody's always looking for that, you know, stability of, money. Just
Yeah.
more
No,
money you got, more likely you can deal with whatever life throws at you.
oh yeah. I mean, for example, automated driving. You know, there's going to be things with automated driving we haven't even thought about yet, as far as, you know, how it can either save money, make money. I mean, obviously, like Uber and Lyft, if they're still surviving, you know, in 10, 20 years, I don't know exactly how long it's going to take until we get comfortable, like, in mass with automotive driving. Honestly, part of it is just the arguments between the manufacturers and insurance, trying to figure out how does insurance work with automated driving, you know? But my guess is if Uber and Lyft go to automated driving, that when the passenger is in the car, that like part of insurance purposes, liability wise, the passenger has to be in the driver's seat to be able to take control of the car or something. That's my guess. But we'll see what happens. But I mean, what other, benefits are there to automated driving, other than like that? Or people just, being able to drive, be able to ride in their car without driving. For example, there's logistics, shipping, trucking.
Right.
Because there's a lot of rules for trucking. How long they can drive, how much sleep they need to get, yada.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have automated trucking that people are confident in. That's gonna bring down costs tremendously for shipping and logistics in general. Knowing that the truck can just keep on going throughout the entire night, can drive, continuously. I mean, obviously they have to charge or refuel, but
Right.
knowing that a truck can just go through, do all of that, automate the unpacking, the unpacking of the trucks, all of these things, it's going to save so much money and time. Any of that goes to eventually, what about airplanes? Is there going to be a point where we're going to automate our... I mean, we have drones already. I mean, to be fair, most of the large-scale drones are more for military purposes. But,
Right.
I'm curious how often, a drone malfunctions.
Yeah. Like, what's the exact,
Oh, shoot.
you know,
I was doing so well.
what's the exact cost, operation cost of a drone?
Right.
Because, I mean, usually when...
Well, I mean, either way, there's so much computer systems in a plane. How much would the cost be different from, say, a normal plane with all the systems a plane has? I can't think that it's that much more. I mean, yeah, it's technical systems, computer systems. But, what would you... I mean, if it's not manned, are there systems you can take out that you wouldn't normally? Like, what would exactly be the cost between a manned shipping plane, a cargo plane, versus an unmanned drone, unmanned cargo plane?
I don't know. Because once again, it also... I feel like there's just, like, all those different layers, like you already mentioned, but just, automatic driving. Like, responsibility, insurance, like, there might be a lot of different fees
Yeah, I mean,
that would come with, like, having it registered and it being allowed to be used.
right.
Not just simply, like, actually operating it, but, legally being allowed to operate it.
The licensing for it.
Yes.
I think overall it's going to save money, though. And it's going to save a lot of
Yes.
money. I mean, that's just that's the fact of automation right there.
Yep.
And it makes you wonder how long, I mean, because, automation continues to improve all the time, and efficiencies and whatnot, all of that. It makes me wonder, at some point, does it actually create an unemployment of sorts? Force an unemployment of sorts. Because, I mean, you would think, oh, it takes my job. But really usually it doesn't take jobs. It makes everything more efficient. There's always going to be more jobs out there, right? But at what point does automation become so so intense, so high level, so efficient, and across the board in across industries where it actually does create kind of a permanent unemployment. What do you do then for the unemployed? You know, a lot of people mention automation and, you know, at that point being able to do a universal basic income, you know, just you know, generally paying people. You know, South Korea is actually doing a universal basic income test right now. I think there's like a couple million people in, taking part in it, which is interesting. And of course, you know, we have like the UK and some other countries that are doing like, all right, we're going to give you, while you're unemployed, due to COVID, give you like 70 or 80% of your income, something like that. I don't know. It's something, as technology and efficiency improves, it just seems like we'll have that opportunity more to offer that. And it makes me wonder, you know, I mean, it's not like, I mean, you know, people have been proposing like $1,500 a month, $2,500 a month for universal basic income. I mean, you know, to be fair, that's only like anywhere from $18,000 to $30,000 a year. So a little bit of a supplement. Wouldn't call that a living wage by all means, but
Right.
I mean, obviously there's a lot of politics about that involved in all this. But you know, I mean, I could go for another 18,000 a year, just base. You know.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah. Well, I mean, minimum wage, you know, if it's been like federal minimum wage has been like $7.50 since like the 80s or something. And if you you know, scaled that with inflation, it should be somewhere more around $21 now. Or so I hear. I should do the math on that. I know I could do the math. Just food for thought.
Right.
420. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's interesting. You know, I'm just curious to see what happens over the next 20 years. You know, because technology just continues and continues to improve. What's the law? Is it Ken's law? No, it's Powell's Law? I don't remember what it's called. But basically, it's the idea is that processing
Talking
power.
to the wrong person.
Yeah, it's all right. It's processing power or memory capacity, one or the other. It doubles every 20 years. And we've been more or less, you know, on that scale. So like technology, quote unquote, is improving every 20 years, doubling every 20 years, like the power. And we've actually, over the last 20 years, have been a little bit faster than that, actually. So it's logarithmic. Logarithmic. It's exponential, essentially. So it just, you know, the progress just continually goes a little bit faster and faster. It's a boom, you know, and it just makes me wonder, you know, 20 years ago, 2000, you know, was the iPod even? The iPod wasn't even out in 2000, and I remember flip phones. Sure? Yeah, I think it came out. I think it came out like 2002. I may be wrong on that though. It wasn't 99.
Oh, no.
I can tell you that.
All right. Yeah, it's been a while.
And flip phones. Not even slide phones yet, really, I don't think. And dial-up modems. Although you could get a cat. No, I don't remember what it's called. You could get like
I think you could get cats like way like 1000 BC.
No, I'm thinking of the cable connection. I'm trying to think what it was called. Anyway, there are some good potential, but you know, it was dial-up back then. And you know, we're here today. You know, I'm happy with my gigabit fiber, and you know, averaging good speeds, and you know, I can play basketball in a horror game in fluid, crisp 60 FPS to stream to people across the world. I mean, the future's now. But what's another 20 years gonna look like?
Yeah, I don't know. Another 20 years, we might have full dive VR.
Yeah, you know, that's really interesting. And it makes you wonder, you know, what are the benefits to full dive VR, you know? You know, obviously there's some fun games.
Another 5-hour conversation.
Yeah. I mean, there's therapeutics, you know, people, you know, maybe disabled, you know, full body paralysis. Maybe even, you know, hooking someone up who's in a coma and being able to be in contact with them inside the coma.
Yeah.
But you know, I've been reading that sleep book, and you know, they were talking about dreams and how there's like perception of time is dilated. You know, think of it like Inception or something, where time slows down. It makes you wonder, could you do like hook someone up to VR and like be sleep induced and do like research that's like labor intensive, the amount of like research you have to do, and like so like someone in one night of sleep do like a week of research?
Yeah, actually, so you know that that novel that Horror's reading that you got me to read, and
Which one?
Overgeared. It's a Korean novel.
Okay.
And the story.
Is it a visual novel?
No. It is
all right.
Straight up
halfway.
Like,
woo.
Oh, nice. All right, now I have a good idea of the delay.
It should only be anywhere from like.
It's like 2 seconds.
Gotcha.
That's why
anyway.
it was a little hard to tell, because I didn't have like. I wasn't fully paying attention to your mouth.
Yeah, no worries. Don't be paying attention to my mouth. Get away from my mouth.
Anyhow, so I couldn't quite tell. But right there. Anyhow, not the point. Getting back, so the background of the story is it's you know, somewhere in the future.
Uh-huh.
Like maybe 50, maybe 100 years, who knows? But a company developed this entirely like realistic, self-growing virtual reality world called Satisfying.
Okay.
It's a game, much like as a fantasy.
Sure. Something kind of like some certain isekai animes.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the main point of it is that in the game, like, time is constantly going.
Uh-huh.
Like with reality, but game time goes like crap. What was the ratio? A year in reality is 3 years in the game.
Gotcha. You know,
And
it makes you wonder, you know, how our brain deals with memory in some kind of dilation like that. Because, I mean, let's say someone gets dementia, you know, around age 70. And let's just assume their genes are predisposed to that. That around age 70, they're going to get dementia. Yeah, to be fair, I don't know the full mechanics of dementia. You know, is it just, you know, due to the amount of brain activity, it gets to a point where it's like, bleh, or the actual physical age of the brain?
I think it's that dementia is kind of the connections between brain cells start deteriorating slash
Sure. And is that because
getting
of
destroyed.
use, or is that because of age?
It's more of a gene thing.
Well, no. I know.
Kinda.
But like the mechanics of it, like where it
Oh,
stops working, is it because like the brain, like the genes are predisposed that the neurons
to,
only work so much and then they stop, or is it, as they naturally start deteriorating with at older age, they deteriorate faster or something?
I think it's like, yeah, they have a certain lifetime, not
Kind of like how the
as far
heart,
as use.
kind of like how the heart beats like something like 4 billion times. Like that's the expected amount of beats you get out of a heart because of use.
Yeah,
are neurons the same way in this? That how dementia works? Because if it is, you know, would VR like in that, like you start early on, like 20 years old, and you live in it for for 40 years, then technically you should be like 160 years old, or you've experienced 160 years of life. You get what I'm saying? In the
yes,
VR.
I do get what you're saying.
Gotcha.
I think it's more of a age thing,
Gotcha. And the
rather than
technology
use.
would just continue to improve during that whole time, right?
Right.
Anyway, sorry, I interrupted. You talk about
Oh,
the VR.
yeah. One of the other interesting things with that story that it kind of brings up about possible uses, possible benefits that can come from this, virtual reality world,
Uh huh.
is obviously it's a game. There's a stat system, um, and the main character, he starts off as this like kind of pretty dumb, selfish character.
Uh huh.
Um, but then he gets this legendary class that allows him to just get a huge amount of stats. Well, over time, he gets to these crazy stats, mostly in his, strength and stamina and agility, but he also significantly brings up
Like wisdom or something.
his intelligence,
Gotcha.
as well as his like wisdom and insight. There's another thing about his dexterity, but I won't get into that specifically. But his intelligence, he actually starts like being able to think better,
Oh, interesting.
even outside of the game,
Oh, interesting.
because
Well, I mean, it's
he spends so much
neuroplasticity
time. Yeah,
or something like that. I hear.
because I think so they have a daily play limit before it like forces you to log out
How
of
dare they?
14 hours a day,
How dare they? Anyway.
for health reasons. Now
Uh-huh.
there is one example where somebody was forced, uh, well, not truly forced, but they had to spend, what was it? Was it 72 hours in the game? Like, if he logged out, he'd fail his quest.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, he struggled.
Did that do
I
something
went
to him? Make him tweaky?
a little, but it just made it so that way because he had to wait until the quote unquote apostle of justice came and saved him from
Okay.
saved him from prison because he was in. Yeah.
Just get the mods
That,
on there. Get the
huh?
admin. Just get the admin to reset it or something.
Well, that's the thing is that's another interesting thing about this game, or the story, is that the company that made it, the SA Group,
Yeah.
um, they like will not
Like
step
interfere.
in because it's a
They want it to be
world.
like, yeah, they want it as organic as possible.
Yes, they want people to like realize this is literally another world for you to live in. Like, for
But
you
think
to
about all
explore,
the ad
to have good
space.
luck. Huh?
But think about all the ad space. I'm kidding. Keep going. You're fine.
Well, that's the funny thing is some people like in the game, they're the action like it's such a vast world with such a huge user base because it's like there's 2 billion users of Satisfy, which is the game. And so there's people that have jobs like streamers, where they have a class that allows them to like get close on the action of like fights or battles or other things, and they have little drones
Kind of like
that fly around.
spectators.
Yeah, they have little drones that fly around and record, so that way people can watch like crazy stuff happen.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just like the world.
Just kind of an exploration into a world where something like that's possible.
Yeah.
Am I gonna summon a ghost here in like 3 shots?
Oh, the music got really like scary on my game, so I was like, wait a second, is that coming from you?
Ooh. 666. No, I'm not dead here. No demons coming. We're fine. Oh no, I'd made the ball go wonky. That was my curse. Alright, 2/3 of the way.
Oh, come on! I got grappled by that teleporting
Oh yeah?
guy,
We beat it, didn't we?
and then, well, the just the like normal elite that wanders
gotcha.
around.
No QTs in my game.
Yeah, it
They just kill me.
Oh, did anything happen?
No, nothing happened.
Okay.
My ball fell on the next shot, so I think they cursed my ball to fly away.
Interesting. What was this saying?
Oh, I don't know. Just the full dive VR.
Oh.
You know, it's a good exploration
The
into
full-
what might happen.
Right. It's into what might happen, but it covers so many different things because yeah, it's like it could be there are so many medical uses for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the main antagonists, like he has a rough story, rough story.
Yeah.
So he's kind of insane, but
Okay.
as part of his therapy, he was, told to use VR.
Sure.
Um,
I mean,
Which-
like that's again what I'm saying for like coma patients. You know, if we could somehow, get full dive VR, and if we hook them up, they're like cognizant in there. Be able to work with them inside of the VR, or like someone who's like paralyzed completely, and you just don't know if they're like cognizant or not. Something like that. I mean, you heard about the guy who was like full-fledged paralyzed. I mean, couldn't even like blink his eyes or anything, on his own. He was like comatose. He was in like a hospital, well, a medical center for like years, and they would put on Barney on the TV and have Barney going on most of the day, and he said he did like a TED talk or a TEDx talk. He said the reason why he got out of the coma, because he was fully aware around him, but he couldn't move at all. He said the reason why he got out of it was he hated Barney so much that he would get emotionally distraught and angry and frustrated. He would get so angry that he slowly like willed himself back into functioning, essentially. Like he would do all kinds of different things, like trying to like make his body move. You know, like imagine, I mean, like
Interesting.
imagine like right now that you had two more pairs of arms just below your current arms. Like imagine like trying to move the muscles to move those arms. I mean, they don't exist, but you can kind of imagine trying to like force your body to do it. You get what I'm saying? You kind of get what I'm saying?
Right. So like
Or like imagine
had
you have a
developed a-
6th finger that's like your second pinky. Like try bending your 6th pinky. Like you can kind of feel it, you know, kind of like imagining it, but it obviously doesn't exist. And so he would do kind of stuff like that, except for with his like body, his actual body parts,
right. He
and
was
start
trying to
doing
make
all
a new connection to like get
exactly.
back.
He was thinking through those connections and stuff.
Wow.
But half of it was the sheer force of will of like, I don't want to watch Barney anymore. I hate this show so much.
Now, to be fair, I know you. Is this actually a true story?
Yes, it's a true story. I don't have any fake story to deal with this. Look it up. Look up paralysis Barney or coma Barney, and you'll find the name of the guy. I think it's like Christensen or something. It's a very normal name. They couldn't put anything on other than just Barney. You know, they couldn't mix it up. You know, I have like the news on or something, you know? Keep up with like what's going on in the world. It's gonna be different every day.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
Did you check it out? Did you look it up?
I started to, and it was taking me to a lot of other places.
Like, man stuck in coma, Barney.
Oh, okay, there we go. I am spelling Barney wrong. Aha, here we go.
777. Oh, it's so unlucky. Walk of shame. It's a nice rug. It's got a stain on it, though. Why would you use this nice rug in the garage?
Lynchian? That's an interesting word. But you get a particular kind of irony where the very macabre and very mundane combine in such a way as to reveal the former's perpetual containment within the latter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's how this article starts.
Oh, gotcha.
It says Lynchian.
Interesting.
Basically referring, I mean, obviously it's referring to how something very mundane like Barney turned into a psychological torture.
Oh, gotcha.
Enough for this guy to break out of a coma to stop watching it.
Gotcha.
So it was a very mundane thing that contains a very macabre reality.
800. There we go. 80% of the way. Water break.
Well, that's really cool. All right.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I can't. I really can't.
I would hate it.
That's insane.
Ugh, what a mess. Does it say how many years?
12.
Oh my gosh.
Like, just wow. Just wow.
What a mess. That would be awful. That'd be horrid.
Yeah, no. Don't want it. Don't need it.
Do you have a Twitter?
I think technically.
No worries. Start up a Twitter for the stream account. Just putting random stuff that I find on there for now. I mean, eventually I think I'll start announcing streams on it, but right now it's just kind of like, oh, here's some random stuff I found on the internet. You know, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good thing to do because it does pull in, different interests.
Sure.
Oh,
Do I want...
this gun's pretty nice.
Do I want cup bop for lunch? Never did figure out what I'm doing for lunch.
Well,
I could
not
always
Chinese.
I could do... Yeah, not Chinese. I've had Chinese a lot.
And I had suggested Slavic, but you apparently had that yesterday morning?
Yeah. Kolaches. Mm-mm-mm. I could do Korean
what
cup
else?
bop. That's tasty, but to be fair, 70% of it's noodles and rice. I don't know if I want to do that. A lot of carbs. I do Thai. Although, don't know if I'm particularly feeling Thai. I mean, Thai sounds good, but like, do I want it? Not Philly cheesesteak. Gosh dang it, I need to change the distance a little bit because it is hitting the edge of that table. Pizza?
Jeez.
Nah, not a pizza. Had sushi the other day, so I'm good there. Plus, sushi can be a little spendy, especially right now with COVID. Supply chain. I don't know. I'll figure out something. It'll probably end up being kebab.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Could do Mexican. Could always get a breakfast burrito. Nothing wrong with a good breakfast burrito.
Yeah, that's true. That definitely would be a new thing.
Although I could just make bulgogi here for free fitty. But do I want to spend the time to make it? That is the question. Plus, I need to do meal prep, so I should probably go to the grocery store anyway. Oh, it's fine. I got my ballot. Did you get your ballot yet?
Grandma apparently has it. So she's sending it down here.
Oh, perfect. Oh, wait. Are you considered Washington still?
Yeah, that's something I was going to figure out today.
Oh, you should have figured that out like 2 months ago.
Yeah, I understand that, but I thought I had figured it out shortly after moving here.
Hmm.
In fact, I definitely should have already had that figured out. Because I've already voted for, like, local stuff.
I would say then, for the sake of you not accidentally committing a felony, wait to do it, like, send it in, like, until election day or something. Or close to it. Does in town, do they have a place for polling or for drop-off?
I don't know, but, I mean, I'm willing to take the time to drive all the way to Eugene if that's where I'd have to do it.
I would assume not. I mean, I assume
Right, I
each
would assume
town
not, but...
has at least a drop-off box, if not a polling place itself. Well, I would, yeah. just in case you
Yeah.
end up getting one. Yeah, just sometime, I would recommend. And anyone else who's watching the stream right
Today
now.
I'm figuring that stuff out. It's,
Gotcha.
I've already learned that the more I delay, the worse things get.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a lesson for anyone, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's
Also,
wine.
I
Or...
figured it out. I found something dumb. That I did something dumb.
Okay.
Um.
You don't have to worry about it on stream.
Oh, it's just I sent the wrong quote unquote resume.
Oh.
Apparently, what I sent was some sort of sub-function in Oculus.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
That's not a resume at all.
No. That explains why I haven't gotten any callbacks. So.
Yeah. Well, let's parse through some stuff anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't have to be immediately after this. It could be a little bit later, but.
Yeah. Probably. Oh well, you're not that far. We.
What are you guys going to do today? Anything in particular?
Well, it looks like we're about to be just two of us again. Which that will coincide with you finishing your 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll probably, once you're done, I'll take a break from the computer and Mom and I will go dig a hole for that fig tree.
Oh, right. And the fig trees are there, right?
Yes.
And are you guys getting 2 fig trees?
Just one right now. We're gonna slowly build.
Gonna get more wasps.
And,
you know how fig trees pollinate?
like most trees?
Nope. It's disgusting. Look it up sometime. Or don't if you like eating figs.
I know there's a lot of things in nature that are pretty disgusting. It's just how it is.
Sure. Basically, the idea is that wasps will go into the bottom of the fig, and lay their eggs inside, and then they die, and in the process they pollinate, and the eggs will hatch, and the new wasps will leave, and during that time the fig will start maturing. So there's no like wasp eggs in there by the time you eat it, but you know it's digested dead wasps, the ones that originally like laid the eggs.
All right, pretty intense.
Get a little protein. Yeah, because the flower technically is inside the fruit.
The files are inside the computer?
The files are inside the computer. Yep. That is the truth. I hear small children.
Take care. It was nice having you. Oh, no. I died.
Oh, no. I'll come to the funeral.
Take care, guys.
How'd the skydiving go?
Oh. How was the skydiving, by the way? I didn't ask last night.
Apparently it went pretty poorly. They don't talk about it. They don't talk about the skydiving.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're gonna make it from across, but not actually. Although,
Oh, this.
you're
Oh,
you're
sorry. Oh, I'm here.
you ready for this? You ready for this?
I'm ready for this. Are you gonna make it from there? Because I don't think the game will actually allow you to throw that
I have
far.
little T-Rex hands. All right.
Oh, so close.
Oh my gosh. All right. Come on.
Right. So it's like reverse bends. Oh my goodness, are you still trying to do this?
No, I've got it. 1,000. Woo! Ah! I got it.
Oh, there we go.
Shoot.
Yeah.
This is grade A quality content right here.
Oh yeah.
I think I may go for 10,000 sometime.
Now, what was 1,000 an achievement?
No, not at all.
Not at all. All right.
I mean, 51 minutes, you know, for the last 900. So yeah, coming in just under an hour. 55 minutes for, you know, let's say 1,000. You know, that'd be 550 minutes for 10,000. Which, well, but to be fair, we're only gonna do 9,000 more. So 51 minutes times 10. Well, 55 minutes times 9. That would be 495, which would come out to just over 8 hours. Between like 8 hours and 15 minutes. That could be a long marathon stream. Why not? Well, I'm gonna go get some lunch. I'll let you guys go. Reach out to me though. Let's work on that resume and some stuff though. But yeah, we'll chat. I don't have anything really going on other than doing stupid stuff like this. So, this is the Sicilard. If you're watching and you want more stupid content like this, along with pacifist runs and playing this game and other stuff with my crew, feel free to give me a follow. Would love it. Almost to my goal, actually. And
Cool.
hope
Yeah.
you guys just have a great day. And remember, make sure to hydrate. Get some water. It's important. In fact, I'll take some right now. All right. That's it. You all have a good one.